My name is Jonathan Facca. My album's called The Tarmac. It came out on January 29th. I wanted to open up the album with something fast-paced because that's how I opened up the first record. I was trying to keep the same kind of loose format, but kind of evolved in a way. It is a strong message. It says basically, I hate waiting. That's what the first phrase is about. Will I see the light of day? I ate, such a disgrace. It's like I'm just living my life, but it seems like I always piss someone off. And I was just doing what I thought was right, but that was offensive to somebody. I ate, such a disgrace, you know? And then I ended the thought with my general paranoia. They won't be the end of me. But then again, who is they? Yeah. You know? I always think that they are out to get me. But who is they, you know? I've been feeling so much pain lately, I may go insane. If I die before I wake, would you even care? So I guess that speaks to my insecurity. It's like I wonder if anyone really cares about me, or if they're just because this is on their Instagram right now, they're watching it. They're like, who the hell is this guy? I don't know, I'm bored, I'm on my couch, it's a commercial. Pain is just me and Andrew Magruder. That's it. I just thought to open up the album with a song that was just acoustic, because that's basically how my whole first record was. And then we build on that into the next song. So we built it like this. Pain has a violin playing. Then this song has a cello and just a guitar, and then this is where we kind of amped it up. We're gonna introduce the bass guitar, we're gonna introduce the drums. Because this album has evolved in that, in the first album I really didn't use any bass. I used no bass guitar on the first album. Guess who's back? It's me, I'm back. Guess who's back? I ain't going nowhere. Oh, yeah. This is two guitars. Damn, dude. I'm sorry, how do you not like this? We went full kit off the bat with Academy Award because, and it's in a 6/8, man, that yeah, that freaking 6/8 thing that we came up with. Well, I don't think the drums are obnoxious, but I do think it's really hard to find the idea of exactly what I'm trying to do, mixing drums with finger picking. And a lot of my inspirations, like Passenger is a big inspiration of mine. He has finger picking songs, but for his album versions, he'll strum it so that it'll make more sense with the drums, I assume. Yeah. Because I've had great problems with trying to finger pick and apply drums to that. Yeah, people might not understand that I'm not like saying I'll go for the Academy Award, like I think this song's gonna win something. I mean like, you're telling me not to go make a scene. Well, metaphorically, I will go for the Academy Award. If you tell me, if I'm like being too loud in the mall, and you're like, Jonathan, you're being too loud, I'll go, how's this for telling me what to do? Because I do what I please. And that song embodies that energy. And that's what I meant by I'll go for the Academy Award. A lot of these songs are really old. Monkey Cage is one of the oldest ones. I've done it live 100 times. There's the Live at the Camel album that Monkey Cage is on, along with Stone, along with Kids. Because I wanted to reverse it on you. I wanted to ask you what you think this song is about.
So, like, I mean, I feel like that's the beauty of, like,
that is.
Putting your music out there. It's just like, you know, everybody's going to relate to it in a different way.
I love that about music. And that's why I asked you. Because I knew you're going to relate to it differently than what I meant. I meant like I was stuck at my job and I wanted to leave. But then when this COVID changed the landscape a lot. Actually, I know at least a few songs that have changed meaning for me now because of COVID. But this song is not about COVID, if anyone was wondering. I felt like I was in a cage on display. I wasn't the zookeeper, I was the person being,
You were the monkey?
I was the monkey in that, you know, I was the attraction or whatever. I guess every musician kind of feels like an attraction. Ah, the terminal. Very special song. And it really, I think it made this album because I needed another duet. Guy named Ben meets girl named Kim. They get married, asked me to write them a song. And I took their story and I made it themed with the Tarmac, essentially. But there's a process, and that song came a long way. It sounded like complete trash to a really polished product in a very short amount of time. The Terminal was the fastest I've ever produced something. From writing to having it fully produced, The Terminal was done in 3 weeks because I knew I was going to release it ahead of the album.
The experience of writing a song about somebody else's story.
It's liberating. It's great because there's no pressure. Every writer, at least to an extent, feels that they're exposing their true self, and that's scary. But when you're vicariously writing about someone else, there's no fear at all. And there's this level of confidence that builds up inside of you that you take advantage of. And I think that was one of the driving reasons why this song slaps so fucking hard. Yes. Kids. This is a crazy song, and I'm worried about it. This song's basically about how I don't want to have kids. Yeah, but I do want to have kids later. I dropped out of high school. I worked in the restaurant industry since from 16 to 27. I went nowhere. You know what I mean? And that's not anybody's fault but my own. But what if my kid had to suffer like that? That is suffering. Not being able to like seize the day. Because I think having a kid is a defining moment. It's like that's where you stand. That is the moment you decide, okay, time to settle down, time to stop dreaming, time to realize I need to go flip burgers again so that this kid can eat. I have a new responsibility. I don't want the responsibility. And that is it's a millennial anthem. Oh, and the arrangement is just insane on this. It's just insane. I love it. All from Mitch Clem. You might think that's a cello, but it's not. It's just a violin octaved down. And it's also the guitar octave down. But we also added some ambient mandolin in there. Yeah, this is Catch Me If You Can. This was the first single to come out. That's Mitchell Evan singing, and Blake Smurrell, who's also from his band, The Saboteurs, who sings on there as well. And Thalia Tomowski from The Tree. She is the most prominent voice we got. I think Thalia on the right, Blake on the left, but don't quote me. Catch Me If You Can is basically saying, look, I'm gonna be famous, so you better be nice to me. There's nothing anyone can do to stop me. I will get that $2 million in the bank, like I said I will. And then I'm gonna have kids. They're gonna be like the Smith kids. Jaden. I might even name my kid Jaden. Catch Me If You Can is truly also about, like a lot of my songs have double meanings. The other meaning is I have this paranoia where I always think someone's out to get me and stuff. There's one key line in there. I'm still breathing although you want me dead. Your true voice may not be the one that's in my head. So, though I might believe this person, my idea of this person, that they would wish I would die, they probably don't. And that's just my warped, twisted view. So the song really is about paranoia. And when I say catch me if you can, I mean, if you're gonna kill me, then do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see you do it. Let's see it. I'm tired of being afraid. Let's just face the fear. That's what I'm saying, catch me if you can. It's a taunt. It's a taunt to the fake person that is not actually out to get me, but I think they are. And I guess I wish I wasn't that way. I wish I could just mellow out, you know? But if I wasn't this way, then I probably wouldn't be a writer, you know? Or at least a good one. Oh, here we fucking go. So this is the song, man. The song of the record, very sad. Opens up the cello player, his name is Patrick Rush. He played The Swan, because it goes with the song. It's a classical piece. He added another sentiment to this song. He said that's the last song that he played for his mom before she died. Wow. And I was like, damn. Because this song's about my dad, who died of a stroke. It's got some real voicemails from him that were from the weeks before he died. Maybe even a few days before he died. And most of my family, they don't know that they exist. So some of them are gonna hear this and be like, what? I kept it from my sister. But that's just because I want her to have a genuine reaction to it, that's it. And then she can have all the voicemails now.
So why do you feel like you wanted to keep the voicemails to yourself for that long?
Well, it was mostly because I didn't want to listen to them. I didn't listen to them for like 5 years. And I was worried that they might have been deleted because it had been so long since I used the account. But there they were, and I was able to download the actual file as clean as it can be from a cell phone and just send it to my engineer and be like, let's cherry pick these voicemails and let's find out which ones are great. There are at least 15 voicemails, but we picked the most powerful ones, and the last thing he says is love you, see ya, thinking about you, caring about you. Those are great. He really did care, and I ignored him because I thought he was calling me to ask me for money. I can just leave it at that, but that is important that people know that I was ignoring him and he died. So I've made it a quest in my life to never ignore anybody. It's very important that I don't. Even if I hate you, I won't ignore you. I'll just say, hey man, look, I hate you, but I wish you the best. And yeah, I just think ignoring someone is one of the most awful things you can do to someone. And I did that to my dad, and he died, and I regret it. So that was a pretty serious. I had my reasons to ignore him, but now I realize that there is no reason to ignore someone that you love, right? Or that you care about. So that's the line in the song. When I'm free like you, I say free like you, because there's a freedom in death. I'm not sitting here confessing that I want to kill myself. I'm just saying dying can't be all that bad, because it's like a huge weight off your shoulders. You're just dead, or you go to heaven. Hey, I'm not ruling that out. I'm an agnostic. The only thing that I'm afraid about dying is that I won't be able to finish what I'm trying to accomplish beforehand. But being dead, I assume it's pretty nice.
We all hope.
We all hope it is. We all hope it is. The line. This is the first song I ever wrote.
Oh, really? On your second album?
Yeah, well, it's on the first album too. We just did it again. Andrew Magruder on the violin. And Jonathan Brown as well. Jonathan Brown is all over the album, actually, by popular demand, I must say. He sings a lot of backup vocals. He sings on Monkey Cage, track 3. He sings on The Line. He sings on the Tarmac. There is definitely a reason why I put The Line on this album again. I wrote that song about a girl who I was friends with a long time ago. And then out of nowhere, I was just like, hey, by the way, I think you're hot and kind of want to date you. And she was like, nah. Oh, classic friend zone. And yeah, I'm impulsive. I jump to conclusions. I think I know what's going on, and I will just act on it immediately. I'll send someone a text why do you feel this way or whatever? And they're just like, I don't feel that way. I was at church or some shit. And I'm just like, what do you mean? I had it all figured out,
Yeah.
So then I just end up blatantly being a monster who just like fucking drives people crazy sometimes.
I mean, right there you said, I don't deserve you.
All those things I did, I think I probably don't deserve you. Or, I don't know. I just got mad about things because we tried to be friends after that. You can't, that's the thing. If you're at home thinking about telling someone that you've been friends with for a long time that you love them and you want to be with them, do not do that. That is a catastrophic mistake. Yeah, that song's basically about waiting in a line for a line that isn't moving. And even if you get to the front of the line, you're not being selected. It is a pipe dream. So the best thing to do is tell this chick to fuck off. As much as you care about them. If you love something, let it go. Anew. This is my favorite song on the record. Probably because it's the latest song that I wrote, but it also incorporates a lot of backwards noises. And this was all done by Andrew Rolk, who performed at the train station when I did that cool Hourglass session. That song is about COVID. Anew is completely about COVID because I've been locked down and I've been dreaming about what it's gonna be like when it's over and how I'm gonna seize the day again, be able to do that. But Anew is a special song, I really like it. Also, there's a little Easter egg in Anew where I took a snippet, where I just had the cello player play a snippet from a song from Final Fantasy VII, the video game. It's like my favorite game. Tifa's theme, right behind us. Sit and watch the sunset fall behind the old church building. Lay and watch the stars all night. There's a scene where Cloud and Tifa are sitting on a roof in Nibelheim, if that means anything to anybody. And also, church building is a prominent building in Final Fantasy VII, but that has to do with a whole nother girl, and it's not Tifa, it's Aerith, but whatever. People who harp on the past, it's just such a waste of time. You should be like plotting your course. Isn't that like the meaning of life? Is like setting goals and achieving them? How does anyone live in a complacent manner? It's time to stop caring about the past and start focusing on the future. Whatever that may be. Once we leave the tarmac, there's no turning home though. There you go. And that was actually engineered by you. Essentially, you captured that at the Hourglass session that I did in the Main Street station. So we said, screw it, man, we'll just take the one he did already, because it was sweet. It actually plays the melody in reverse somehow. It's crazy, but this whole song, this whole album is based and has little clues and Easter eggs about how I hate flying on airplanes. I've been locked in rooms and tubes up in the sky in pain in the first song. It's also a great metaphor for I don't know what it's gonna be like. Like let's say my music goes to the next level. Doing interviews like this all the fucking time. Kinda, what's that gonna be like? I don't know. But once you leave the tarmac, there's no turning home. It's about the unknown and departing into the unknown. It's a tarmac. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who was involved with this record. I'm going to list you guys off. For distribution, Frank Hernandez, broadcast recording. I'd like to thank Matt Cease. I listed Tyler Shearschmidt, who's here, and Out of Sight Creative. Dylan Douglason. Engineering, Mitch Clem with Go West. Nick Faulkner was a major engineer on this. Jody Boyd from Red Amp Audio. Elliot Johnson actually did some engineering for Catch Me If You Can, and that's actually him playing guitar. Writing and composition, Chip Hale, Nick Faulkner, Isaac Friend, Gabe De Los Santos, Martinez Van Peppen, Mitchell Bamberger, Andrew Magruder, Patrick Rush, Joel Warford, Andrew Rolk, Mitch Clem, Natalie Tyre. Vocals, Thalia Tomowski, Jonathan Brown, Natalie Tyre, Blake Smurrell, Mitchell Evan, Lily Grace, Andrew Magruder, Nick Faulkner, and I credited my dad, William Garrison Facka. Guitars, Nick Faulkner, Joe Warford, Andrew Rolk, Elliot Johnson. Bass, Chip Hale. He's a god. Everybody loves him. Martinez Van Peppen. He looks like Jesus. He's like Jesus. And Mitch Clem. He played bass as well. Percussion, Isaac Friend, Gabe De Los Santos, Mitch Clem. Strings, Andrew Magruder, Patrick Rush, Spencer Conroy. Keys, Nick Faulkner, Mitch Clem. Photography. Is it over? No. Forrest Mason, Joey Wharton, Casey Grant.